So sorry. I did not realize I did not have enough space or storage on my phone. I was cut short in my previous recording. But I wanted to continue to touch on that topic. Um, Sorry. Yeah, meow. But I was going to say that I think everybody in this world just wants to be understood and validated, no matter where they're at. I feel like a lot of unhealthy behaviors are birthed from not being understood and not being validated. It's funny. We feel a whole spectrum of emotions in life, right? And we are taught or conditioned that the negative emotions should be suppressed. Like you shouldn't show anger, or like, for instance, most males have been taught that they shouldn't show their sensitive side. It's not okay to cry, whatever. I have come to the realization that we have the opportunity to feel a full spectrum range of emotions so that we can, I don't know, like, feel life in its many dimensions and forms. You know what I mean? Because it's a multifaceted universe and it's not one dimensional. But they're trying to keep you in this one dimensional kind of like space. Yeah, so all feelings are valid. I mean, obviously, depending on where you're at, your level of maturity, you'll be reactive versus responsive. And reactivity is not bad, but it's definitely a lower form of maturity. Like it's a state of prematurity. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So like when you allow your emotions to like cause you to react without really analyzing or thinking things through, it can have detrimental repercussions. But if you actually have the maturity to stand back, assess it, analyze it, understand it, then you can move graciously through something, you know what I mean, without causing so much damage and harm. But tomato, tomato, wherever you're at, you're doing the best that you can based on your level of maturity, understanding, and self realization. But yeah, like if you're feeling angry, it's okay to feel angry. If you're feeling resentful, it's okay to feel resentful. But what are you going to do with that emotion? How are you going to react or respond? I mean, that's the question you really want to ask in the moment. But all emotions are valid in order for you to have this human experience, you know? But yeah, most people, okay, so this is it. So most people go through life trying to talk over a rooster and cats. Who's gonna win? We all win. Anyway, I was going to say that most people talk because they want to impose their point of view on you without really trying to understand your point of view. And in that case, it creates conflict, it creates misunderstanding, it creates confusion, and it invalidates the other person in front of them. And the other person in front of you is actually you, right? Another fragment of you. So you're basically at battle with yourself. And so I've gotten into the habit of just, well, I think as an INFJ, you're like an excellent listener. Sorry, I can't talk well. Because you become so accustomed to like having people outlet on you, and it's hard to find people to reciprocate that with. So you end up being like a really good listener. But yeah, people are more interested in imposing their viewpoints on you and trying to get you to convert instead of just understanding like that's their point of view. You have your own point of view, and then being okay with that. So I've gotten into the habit of like, say I'm with someone who wants to, um, I don't know, debate. I will totally, like, for instance, if they ask me a question like, hey, do you think, I don't know, I can't think of a question off the top of my head, but if they ask me for like a yes or no answer kind of question, I'll tell them yes and no. And I remember when I first started doing this, people were baffled. They're like, you can't say yes and no. You have to say yes or no. And I'm like, why do I have to say yes or no? I said, my answer is yes and no. Hey, buddy. Thanks for the tummy massage. It's so wonderful. Look at this cat. It's like, give me tummy massage. But anyways, yeah, by the way, this is Tesla. Tesla decided to keep me company because it's raining and it's chilly and he wants some warmth. But yeah, it's like yes and no, you know? Like, yes, I agree with you because I think your viewpoint is completely valid based on what you've chosen to see and how you've chosen to see. And no, because I have my own point of view that is, you know, a slightly different, comes from a slightly different angle. And so yes and no, I agree and disagree with you. You know, I'm not taking any sides. And I think when you take sides, you create discord, disharmony. You create a lot of like, I mean, that's how like racism and all this other stuff is born, right? Because you have conflicting viewpoints instead of just being understanding and saying, hey man, I totally understand you and your point of view is completely valid, you know. I also see my point of view, and if you're open to hearing it, then let's like share, and then maybe we can learn together instead of just being at war with each other. And I think that's what it is. A lot of people are at war with themselves, you know, so it's being externalized, you know, into this current reality. But if everybody could learn to be more compassionate, more understanding, more, you know, validating, then there wouldn't be so much conflict. Anyways, I feel like I've rambled. I don't know if anything I said made sense because if you are accustomed to watching my videos, I just kind of like stream thoughts and I don't really think about it. It's not like I wrote this out and excuse me. I don't know. It's a really organic video. I don't like plan it out or write it out or, you know, try to like create a particular scene. This is like me and my realness. Anyway, I appreciate realness. I appreciate people showing me who they really are instead of trying to like cover it up and hide it, you know? And I think that's why, like, for most of my life, like, I've had strangers, complete strangers, just come up to me and tell me their secrets because I feel like they feel safe. You know, I make them feel safe. I give them a space where they can talk and be who they are without, you know, crucifixion, because I can understand their point of view and because I accept them as they are, which is validation. So people just want understanding and validation. If you take the time to do it, it's amazing how healing and how rewarding it can be for both parties, you know. Anyhow, you have to learn to discern because some people just want to use you as a garbage can and dump their toxicity on you. But then there's other people who are really looking for true connection and they really want to like open themselves up. And I think INFJs have opportunities to give people this safe space. If they're willing to go there and be real. Anyhow, blessings to one and all. Have a beautiful day. Amen.